Today I am going to discuss about anion gap and gap ratio. Anyone define anion gap for me? Yes, anyone. The difference between the positive ion and negative ion in your body. Do you have difference between the positive ion and negative ion in your body? That means different number of positive ion, different number of negative ion? Yes or no? Answer is no. You have equal number of positive ion and equal number of negative ion in your body. Otherwise, you always be charged. When you try to touch something else, current will spark in between you and that object. You have equal number of positive and negative ion. Why they come a concept of anion gap then? It should be a concept in that case. You have equal number of positive and negative ion, but they are talking about anion gap. Why is that? When they try to measure the anion and cation, they found to have larger number of cation in our body, the lesser number of anion in our body. Then there is a gap between the cation and anion. All are measurable, called anion gap. Anion gap they defined as difference between the measurable cation and measurable anion. Here you have measurable cation. This much of measurable cation present in your body. Those are all positive ions. This is your negative ion. This much of negative ion present in your body. Measurable negative ion. The gap between the positive and negative ion is called as anion gap. This positive ion is due to sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium also they are in very minute amount in your body when compared to the sodium. Some book even ignore the potassium as well. They took the positive ion as sodium. The negative ion, what are the major negative ion present in? What is the two major negative ion present in your body? Sodium and potassium. I am asking about negative ions. Yes, anyone? Chloride and bicarbonate. Very good. Here, the part of negative ion due to negativity in your body due to chloride ion, bicarbonate ion. This part is due to chloride ion. In our body, approximately containing sodium is about how much? What is the normal body sodium level? Yes, anyone? Yes, very good. 135 to 145 unit millimoles per liter. 135 to 145 millimoles per liter is the normal body sodium level. I will take middle value for calculation here. Middle value 140. How much of bicarbonate present in your body? This is 22 to 26 millimoles per liter. Middle value 24. Bicarbonate. How much of chloride present in your body? It's approximately 105. For the calculation purpose here, I will take it as 106 millimoles per liter. 106 millimoles per liter. Your body have sodium 140. Potassium, how much of potassium is there? They ignore in the calculation, but how much of potassium present in your body? 3.5 to 5.5. Very good for knowing it. Thank you for knowing it. Very good. It containing bicarbonate 24 and chloride 106. If I am going to calculate the anion gap, I am going to reduce the anion from cation. I am going to reduce the anion from cation. Positive ion 140. Negative ion how much? 106 plus 24. 130. 140 minus 130. It is roughly about 10. The difference between the positive and negative ion, difference between the measurable positive and negative ion in your body right now is roughly about 10. It is approximately 12 plus or minus 4. 12 plus or minus 4. That means 8 to 16. If you have a much more sophisticated machine to measure those electrolyte, it will come a value called you can narrow down the value because the machine is too much sophisticated now. 12 plus or minus 2, that means 10 to 14. Both are correct. Your anion gap right now in your body is somewhere around 8 to 16 or somewhere around 10 to 14. You may be thinking why Dr. Dimush is too much worried about this anion gap, isn't it? Yes. There are conditions called metabolic acidosis with high anion gap. You can have a condition called metabolic acidosis. You already know what happened in the metabolic acidosis. If you remember the Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, it says pH should be proportional to bicarbonate divided by carbon dioxide. If your patient develop high bicarbonate, your patient develop high pH because bicarbonate is going up. Condition is called metabolic alkalosis. If your patient has low bicarbonate, if you have a patient with low bicarbonate, pH also going to be low. Condition of called metabolic acidosis. If you found a patient with metabolic acidosis, you know your patient having lesser amount of bicarbonate. Metabolic acidosis, less bicarbonate. This less bicarbonate can be due to bicarbonate loss. Lost bicarbonate. Or due to some compensatory process. What? Bicarbonate low can be due to directly bicarbonate loss. Or if there is accumulation of another negative ion here. If your patient accumulates another negative ion here, in order to maintain the electrical neutrality, you have to remove either chloride or bicarbonate. It is not the primary loss. Primary thing is accumulation of negative ion. Secondary thing is you should have this much of bicarbonate. Now you lost bicarbonate. Due to non-measurable anion accumulation, you can lose the bicarbonate. Due to non-measurable anion accumulation, you can lose the bicarbonate. In that case, you can have high anion gap. Here, initially from here to here, anion gap. Now, from here to here, you can have high anion gap. So, bicarbonate reduction primarily due to loss. Secondary due to as a compensation for non-volatile acid accumulation or negative ion accumulation. Non-volatile or non-measurable. Truly speaking, non-measurable. Easily not measurable. Those ion also can measure. You should have a specialized machine for that. I will give an example. If your patient develop lactic acid, those are negatively charged. Here negatively charged amount increase. So you have to remove some bicarbonate or chloride in order to maintain this height, electrical neutrality. So in patient with lactic acidosis, you can found to have low bicarbonate. In patient with diabetic ketoacidosis, those acidosis accumulate here. You have to remove some bicarbonate or chloride in order to maintain this height. Otherwise, those acid will accumulate here and here. So it will not happen. And patient with uremia or uric acid accumulation in patient with renal failure. Again, you have to remove the bicarbonate or chloride in order to maintain the electrical neutrality. So, patient with metabolic acidosis, the bicarbonate loss you can see. This bicarbonate loss may be due to primary loss like diarrhea or renal bicarbonate loss, or may be due to compensatory process. Why they need compensatory process? They accumulate lactate, negative ion. They have to remove negative ion. Renal removing of bicarbonate happening. Accumulate of diabetic ketoacidosis. Because of those are negatively charged, you have to remove some negatively charged ion. Then your bicarbonate lost by your renal system. Here also uric acid accumulation, the same thing you have to do. So here what happened is you can have high anion gap. You may be think why previously also you lost bicarbonate. Previously also you lost bicarbonate. This much of bicarbonate was there because of the diarrhea. Like here you lost bicarbonate. Then your bicarbonate amount goes down. This much of bicarbonate present in your body now. Why you do not develop high anion gap? Here no anion gap, anion accumulation. Only the bicarbonate loss is the problem in patient with diarrhea. To compensate that, you should have enough negative charge. Otherwise, your body become electrically charged. To compensate that, your chloride going to be increased. So your chloride now not this much. Now chloride this much. Your bicarbonate this much. Even though bicarbonate reduced in patient with diarrhea, to compensate that, your chloride going to be increased. But if you found to have high accumulation of anion here, you have to reduce either bicarbonate or chloride. You have to reduce either bicarbonate or chloride. This condition is, we are going to call it as high anion gap acidosis. This bicarbonate primarily loss due to diarrhea or renal disease, we are going to call it as normal anion gap metabolic acidosis. This one, normal anion gap metabolic acidosis. Normal anion gap metabolic acidosis. This one, high anion gap metabolic acidosis. If you found arterial blood gas with suspecting metabolic acidosis, you have to find out whether your patient having normal anion gap metabolic acidosis or high anion gap metabolic acidosis. Why is that? The management is different. So if you found a patient with high anion gap metabolic acidosis, the amount of bicarbonate reduction, here bicarbonate initially 26, 24, middle value 22 to 26 is the bicarbonate normal value, the middle value is 24. For a while I am think my patient having, this is the positive ion, this is the negative ion. Bicarbonate 26, chloride 104, sorry 24, chloride 106. Here sodium 140. Here sodium 140. Now what happened is my patient going to develop high anion gap acidosis. That means going to accumulate lactate or acetate here or uric acid, non-volatile, non-easily measurable anion. If my patient going to develop that kind of acid, I have to remove bicarbonate here. For a while think normal anion gap from here to here, 12. Another 10 accumulate from here to here. Another unmeasurable anion accumulate amount roughly about 10. You have to remove bicarbonate 10 in order to maintain the electrical neutrality. You have to remove the bicarbonate 10. Initially bicarbonate was 24 here, now bicarbonate is 14. Now amount of bicarbonate reduction, bicarbonate gap, amount of bicarbonate reduction here or bicarbonate gap, initially 24, now 14, bicarbonate gap is 10. Bicarbonate gap is 10. Anion gap increasement, normally 10, now further normally 12, another 10 added here, now total amount 22. We have to reduce 12 from 22. The additional amount of anion gap here is 10. Additional amount of anion gap is 10. So anion gap difference am going to measure the gap ratio here. Gap ratio means anion gap difference I am going to divide it by bicarbonate gap difference. Anion gap difference, what is the anion gap difference here? 10. What is the bicarbonate gap difference here? Difference again 10. Gap ratio roughly about 1. Here gap ratio roughly about 1. For a while you think here the 10 increment of non-volatile acid happened. Bicarbonate reduction is not the 14. You have to reduce negative ion 10 negative ions. You have to reduce 10 negative ion. What happened here? Bicarbonate reduced from 24 to 19. That means 5 reduction is there. Chloride reduced from 106 to 101. That means 5 reduction is there. Chloride 5 reduce, bicarbonate 5 reduce. Altogether 10 reduce for this 10 non-volatile acid increment. So in that case, if I am going to check the anion gap, so gap difference, anion gap is still 10. Anion gap 10. Bicarbonate gap is now 5. Bicarbonate gap is 5. So gap ratio is 2. Gap ratio is 2. Under normal condition, you can have the gap ratio in patient with high anion gap acidosis. You can have gap ratio 1 to 2 levels. Gap ratio 1 to 2 level. If you found a patient with gap ratio less than 1, if you found a patient with gap ratio that means anion gap divided by bicarbonate gap ratio less than 1, that means the bicarbonate reduction is much more than anion gap accumulation. Bicarbonate reduction much more than anion gap accumulation. Anion gap here 10 accumulate. Like in the previous condition, bicarbonate reduction ideally should be 10. Now bicarbonate reduction not 10, it is 50, more than 10. So bicarbonate reduction is 50. Then anion gap less than 1. That means rather than the compensation reduction of bicarbonate, additional 5 bicarbonate loss happening. Additional 5 millimoles per liter bicarbonate loss happening. That means your patient right now having concurrent additional bicarbonate lossing, not for the compensation, additional bicarbonate lossing. That means your patient having right now high anion gap metabolic acidosis plus bicarbonate loss also. That means normal anion gap metabolic acidosis. Normal anion gap metabolic acidosis. If you found a patient with metabolic acidosis, you have to assess the anion gap. If found to have high anion gap, you have to assess the gap ratio. If you found to have gap ratio between 1 to 2, your patient purely having metabolic acidosis only, high anion gap metabolic acidosis only. If you found a patient with high anion gap with the gap ratio less than 1, that means additional bicarbonate loss happening. That means your patient having normal anion acidosis, normal anion gap metabolic acidosis plus high anion gap metabolic acidosis. If you found a patient with gap ratio more than 2, that means anion gap divided by bicarbonate gap more than 2. That means anion gap here 10, bicarbonate level at least should be 5. Now there is no even 5 bicarbonate gap. That means bicarbonate reduction should be at least 19. You should have at least 19 bicarbonate reduction. Here the bicarbonate reduction is up to 22, only up to 22. Difference is 2. Then gap ratio is came here 5. It is more than 2. More than 2. You expected to have at least bicarbonate reduction up to 90. 10 anion gap accumulate. 5 reduced from chloride. 5 reduced from bicarbonate. But here only 2 reduced from bicarbonate. What happened? Sometime your body produce bicarbonate. Instead of losing, body going to produce additional bicarbonate. Body going to preserve some additional bicarbonate. That means your patient right now having metabolic high anion gap metabolic acidosis plus metabolic alkalosis together. High anion gap metabolic acidosis plus here bicarbonate accumulation also happened a little bit. You expected to have 90 millimoles per liter bicarbonate, but 22 is there, bicarbonate accumulate. So bicarbonate accumulation happened. That means metabolic alkalosis also there. If you found a patient with gap ratio more than 2, that means there is no expected reduction of bicarbonate. Bicarbonate gap is very narrow. You expect 5 to 10 millimoles per liter bicarbonate reduction, but only 2 millimoles per liter bicarbonate reduction happen. That means due to some other mechanism you are going to produce bicarbonate or you are going to preserve bicarbonate loss. That means simultaneously you have metabolic alkalosis as well. Metabolic high anion gap metabolic acidosis and metabolic alkalosis together. That is all regarding the anion gap and gap ratio. Thank you very much.